it's Zuleika, and today I want to do this segment on eat well, exercise, and meditate on God. I wanted us just to recap a little bit of what's happened in the past seven weeks. About 7 weeks ago, I was diagnosed pre-diabetic. I was diagnosed with issues with my thyroidism. I was diagnosed with a bunch of little things that I was like not gonna accept. I'm like, no, devil, not today. It ain't gonna happen. And I felt defeated in a way. And I don't know if y'all ever felt this, but I knew in that moment that I had to look for my strength in the Lord. Because if I was to think of every single diagnosis that I was getting, I was just gonna sit there and lay down and be depressed. And ain't nobody got time to be depressed right now. It is time to worship the King of Kings and walk forward in faith and walk forward in strength, in the strength of the Lord to carry us through. And this is what I felt like. This is exactly how I felt. This is what I felt. Then I think it was the following week, the pastor started talking about walking. I had already started walking. The previous week I had the pastor come and pray for me, the pastor's wife come and pray for me. And as she spoke life into my spirit. The next morning I got up and I started walking. Well, that same weekend, I believe it was, the pastor of our church, Pastor Caleb, started talking and joking around. You know, sometimes he jokes around, he thinks it's not the Lord, but it's the Lord. And he says, you know, you can go and walk a 5K. If you can walk a 5K, you walk a 5K. I can't walk a 5K, but you go walk a 5K. And it's so funny because he's joking around. And the next morning I woke up and what was in my spirit was walk a 5K. And I'm like, I don't know if I could do it. So I started doing 2 miles, and then I started doing 3 miles, 3.10, and I'm like, come on. I did a 5K. I realized that I had not realized it. I'm like, I did this. Thank you, Jesus, for the strength that let me do this. Well, with all of that said, with everything said, other issues started coming out. I started feeling better. I started having more energy. I started only eating 1,400 calories a day. I proportioned it to what I was trying to lose, which was about 1 pound a week. And I started having spots on my face, like really big. All this was black. My forehead was dark. I had just had spots everywhere. And I'm like, what is this? Well, as we get older, ladies, our hormone levels start to change. And the more our hormone levels start to change, the more our bodies start doing things that are different. Our pigment change, our voices change, things start changing, which doesn't make us all really happy. Yeah, nope. So I actually consulted a dermatologist, and I explained to him that I had been walking every day, 5K. He's like, you're in the sun. Are you using sunblock? If you're not using sunblock, you're gonna have worse issues, and you can get all these other different things that I'm not even gonna mention. But y'all get the point. So I was like, all right, Lord, what do I do? Like, what do I do? He gave me some prescription strength stuff, which was burning my skin, and it made me not be able to walk because you can't be in the sun with these products. So what I came up with and what helped me was I knew that I needed to use sunblock. I knew that I had to wear a hat when I go out because I wasn't wearing a hat either because I do not like hats. I don't know why I don't like hats. But I started doing this. I remembered when I was young, I used to run. I used to do a 5K. I was out in the sun a lot. So I actually would get the spots as well. And I had forgotten all about it. So I started doing what I did then, which was in my youth, which was use sunblock in the mornings before leaving my house. Also, very, very, very important, which I'm trying to grab it over here, use sunblock foundation. I use the BB cream by Bobbi Brown. It's one of my favorites. It's actually the one I'm using right now. As you can see, it blends in. It's great. So on top of putting sunblock, on top of the sunblock, I use this, which has an SPF in it already. A lot of women make the mistake of just putting this on without adding an under layer of sunblock. For my face, I use, under this, I use the SPF 40 by Clinique. I use a small amount of this under my skin with my moisturizer after washing, and then I place this on top. I find that these two items work best for me. Now, if I'm gonna go out and I'm going out on the night on the town, or when I go to church sometimes, I like using like real foundation. I like using my all day Chanel foundation, but I always put this under it. Whether the sun's gonna be out all night or not, whether it's 8 o'clock, I still put it on. Because any type of sun damage that you're gonna get is gonna give you those spots. If you're walking for hours outside in the sun at a water park or at a regular park, wherever it is that you go, you're gonna have that. I had to learn to do this. The past month, this has been what I do. It's a regimen that I do every single day. For my nighttime regimen, I cleanse. You can use whatever cleanser you use, whether it be Neutrogena, whether it be Clinique, whatever cleanser you're gonna use. Cleanse your face, take off all of that down to your neck. Always do up to your neck. And at nighttime, what I do is I scrub my face with this. I put it on and I leave it on for at least about 5 minutes, just to let it sit there. On there, it says to use 2 to 3 times a week. Apply it for 30 minutes to 60 minutes. I don't do that long. I just don't. I do 5 minutes. I scrub it in. It's like a scrub. It's got the little things in it. I put it on for only like 5 or 10 minutes. I think the max is 10 minutes. Now, I'll go back, add water because it dries up, and I'll kind of blend it in a little bit more and wait a couple of minutes. So in total, no more than, I don't do it more than 15. You can follow the instructions. Depending on how bad your skin is, probably you should do the whole amount of time. Now, after I use that, I rinse that off and I use this, which is a lightening cream. And I use a very, very, very small amount on each of the areas. I'll place it here, here, and around here, around these areas that I have get the dark spots. I leave that on overnight. Also, on the rest of my face, I'll use Estee Lauder serum, face serum, night serum. It's amazing. I love it. Depends on which one you want to use. I recommend that one because I've used it since I was 18 years old. I actually stopped using it for about 4 years on purpose, because when you use the same products all the time, your face gets used to it and it doesn't work the same exact way. It's not giving you any more nutrition into your face than what it's been doing. So sometimes I will stop a product, and I've learned to do this, to stop a product only for like 3 months, I believe it's like 90 days before I start using it again. But I'm back on Estee Lauder, which I love. Part of eating well, exercising, and meditating on God is knowing that He wants us to take care of our bodies, our spirit. You know, we have to be filled with the Spirit of God, and we need to take care of this temple. This is His temple. This is His body. And there's like 20 something verses in the Bible that talks about taking care of your skin. I mean, Esther was put through that purification process where she had 6 months of myrrh. And I mean, I use myrrh once a month or every other month, and it burns. She did that for 6 months. And then she used the sweet oils like frankincense and lime and all these different things to help her body get, adjusted, because the myrrh does burn out the imperfections. It really does. It works really well. I recommend you do it. Not everybody likes to do it because it can cause other underlying issues like diarrhea. Ain't nobody want that. But if you are able to tolerate it and you're able to place it on your body and let it sit there for a little bit and cleanse your body, I recommend it. Do it. Why not? You know, if these women did it for 6 months, we could do it once a month, you know? But I did want to let you guys all know this. I received a lot of messages about my face and about what I was doing, and I've just been following the leading of the Lord. And this is what the Lord has given me. This is what I share with you guys. I don't ever want to keep anything that I'm doing, not tell you, because it's so important that you guys learn from me everything that you possibly could. Just like I want to learn from each and every one of you everything that you know. So wisdom is meant to be given, not to keep. So I love you guys. I bless you guys. May the Lord give you the wisdom so that you can walk the path that He wants you to walk in health. And may the Lord bless your spirit, and that He may equip you for His work. God bless y'all. Take care.
I've been through heartaches, I've been to heaven. I've done my best and my worst, learned my lessons. No matter how hard my life would treat me, I'd always get right